part of the downtown are built above active trains that are underground, so they can't always put their foundations straight into the earth. They have to come up with some other solutions to work around those trains. So
बल्लो
some of them
मैंने कहा था कि आ
they
जाओ
tend to go in at angles, which created the big parabolic
देखो
arch
कितना
at its
अच्छा
base.
खूबसूरत
You can see what looks like portholes under the building. Those are fans, ventilation for those underground trains. The building also has that bright red curly sculpture out front that has constellations by artist and architect Santiago Calatrava, who was the architect behind the Chicago Spire project.
कल बाबा तुम्हें कह रहे थे ना कि जब मैं कहता हूँ चलो तो फिर ये नहाने घुस जाती हैं देर लगाती हैं उनका मतलब है देर लगाती हैं आप लोगों को चाहिए कि हर वक्त सुबह उठते ही रेडी होना चाहिए कभी भी बाबा कह सकते हैं कि चलो और जल्दी निकल आओ
we're going to see on this tour. It's from 1898. It's called the Fulton House. Now, it was originally just a 15-story windowless warehouse. And then about 10 years after that, it was converted into a cold storage warehouse because for a lot of its history, Chicago was the meat packing capital. So the city needed really big warehouses, giant freezers to store all that meat. Until the 1970s, when architect Harry Weiss came down here and he thought, we don't really need the giant freezer anymore, but what we do need are more residential buildings because more people were starting to move downtown. So he took to converting it into the residence it is today, the Fulton House. Jumping across the river from Fulton House is this bridge poking up on the right here. From 1907, that is the Carroll Avenue Bridge. It's no longer in use, if you couldn't tell. But it is a really good example of how all the bascule-style bridges work here in Chicago. So, bascule is French for seesaw. So on one end of your seesaw is that big yellowish concrete counterweight, and on the other end is the leaf of your bridge, so when the counterweight goes down, the leaf tips up. And then back on the left, just past Fulton House, are these triangular river cottages, also by Harry Weiss, same guy who updated Fulton House. And these river cottages are in a style called postmodernism. Now, modernism we'll talk about in a little bit, but basically their thing was less is more. But the postmodernists thought less is more. More is more asymmetry, more curves, more colors. I think it's kind of like if Dr. Seuss was your inspiration. Now, these river cottages were kind of radical when they were built down on the river here in 1988 because for a lot of its history, the Chicago River was extremely polluted. Nobody wanted to live on it. And we can see the East Bank Club here on the right. This is a high-end fitness center from 1980. Kind of had the right idea at the time. Its back was built up against the river, so people wouldn't really have to interact with it. But then the river did undergo a lot of cleaning, especially towards the end of the 20th century. So by the early 2000s came the Kinsey Park townhomes here on our left, this long row of beautiful brick condos.